Hello everyone, and welcome back to this series of advanced mapping tutorials for ETS2. In the previous tutorial I have shown you how to build better curves and better slopes, and we're going to use this knowledge for the tutorial of today, building better bridges. Now, there is an old technique and a new technique to build bridges, but since the new technique is not applicable everywhere, I will also show you the old technique. And while I'm demonstrating to build better bridges, I will also show you some tricks about the terrain that's surrounding the bridges. So let's get started! So here I have some empty space on the map, just to build some basic roads to demonstrate how to build bridges. Well, first I will just put down a road on the bottom. Let's go for a 2-lane motorway. Like this. Some railings that I want to get rid of first. Right, and we have here our lying road, and we are going to put a road over that as a bridge. Well, there is the most simple bridge you can make is one that's prefab based, which is a pretty nice looking bridge, but it's pretty static and inflexible. It's here in somewhere called Highway Bridge. Yes, Highway Bridge. Highway Bridge SC. This is from the Scandinavia DLC. I think this one looks nicer than the one that SCS put in the standard game. And I have to lower it first, so it actually is on a correct height. So this is basically the simplest bridge you can build, and it's just simple overpass. But we need to add some roads that connect to this. 2, yeah, like this. So we built one road here and one road here. Railings, maybe. I think it's better to set this as a default preset, so we won't be bothered by the railings anymore. Okay, well, we have a bridge here, and just for convenience I will make this terrain flat. Yeah, you have flat terrain, and you immediately see already one problem occurring, and that is that you have these terrain gaps here. So the first method I would like to show you is just using walls to close these gaps, and this is a very rudimentary way of doing this, but it works, and it can still be applied if you don't have the correct bridge types for it later on, or when you have a really tight space where you just can't put in the things needed for the second bridge method I will show you later, which involves more terrain. But here we have a wall. I see it's not tall enough. Yeah, this one is tall enough, and you see here this gap is pretty much closed, and we'll replicate it on the other side. And note that these walls only block this height in one direction, so mirroring does not really help, because it looks like this on one side, but on the this one it apparently does work. But most of these walls, usually concrete wall water, they don't go as far down on both sides as they do here. So keep that in mind. Well, this is the first method, so you just place a simple wall there and just call it closed. Now, the second method is a bit more sophisticated, but it's not really that hard. What you do need to know is that this only works for road terrain that spawns from roads and not from prefabs, and you have to enable snap to vertices. That's this icon here with the magnet. And so we have to select a piece of terrain first. So just drag a piece of terrain, and now we move the tool. We use the move tool. Wait. Note that I hold the Alt key with this, and you see that the road on the left starts to light up. And this means that the terrain piece that I'm moving will snap to this road. And as you can see, it's now seamlessly snapped to the road. It has inherited its shape, and it has inherited its rotation, so you have a seamless transition from this road to this piece of terrain. Now, the only thing you need to do now is to move the other end to the right height and right end, and you have a really nice sloped piece of terrain that closes off the bridge. One thing you would like to note is that if you look here at node properties, you will see that free node rotation is enabled, and this will come in handy if you will check this with bridges that spawn from prefabs. So, for instance, if the case is that let me see if I can make a nice alternative with a prefab. Let's say you have a ramp here, so I will just pick a random ramp. Let's see what would suffice. I think this would suffice. So let's see. Wait, 20 down. This is just pure for demonstration, and this will just show you what happens. So let's say I want to do this on the other side of the road too, and I Alt drag it again, and you see that this time it won't snap. You won't see this road light up, and this can be a problem for you. But fortunately, you can do this manually too. Wait, I see that this is probably the wrong road type. Yes, land UK. It's UK template. Oh, and I need a land 2 template. Nope, not that one. I need a new ramp first. Yes, this is the proper ramp I want. So on this side it connects quite well because I already put that one in place. But now I'm going to do this manually on the other side. You know that this node has a rotation of 270 degrees in yaw, and the rest is 0. So what I do is do the same on this side. Pitch is 0, roll is 0, free node rotation is on, and I set this to 90 because this is actually going in the other direction, so I have to subtract 180 degrees, and just with Alt to get the same height on the other side. And you only need to move this at the right location, X, and then you will see that this will also match up. Though it is a bit trickier and with all the manual work, but you can work this out. You can make it look seamless, especially when you apply the correct terrain textures. Cross C, green cross main C, and another one. Gross main SC, and the last one. Right. Wait. That didn't work. I won't prefab. But anyway, this is the what you can do with this inflexible bridge. This really nice looking prefabricated bridge. But of course you probably want to build bridges in curves too. Okay, that's no problem either. The old method will work the same for that, but the new method is a bit trickier. It requires a bit more work. So, we place a new road, and this time we are going to curve this bridge. If it wants to be in the correct height. It's now a bit too low. And with doing this you have to take care of a bit more things than otherwise. The first thing you have to take care of is clearance. Clearance is the space between the lower road and the bottom of the bridge deck of the bridge above it. So we are going to turn this into a bridge by setting the terrain size to 0 and adding a reel. Now, I really fancy the Scandinavia DLC bridges, and you will probably see why when I demonstrate the advanced bridge methods in a few minutes. So I will select where is the bridge simple, and I will need to set the offset to 0. Right, and there here you have a bridge model, and of course nothing will fit under this. So I usually gather the node height of the road below it and add 8 meters to it as a norm, just to get a nice difference of height. And most trucks will fit under this without this looking too ridiculously high. There is a trick to check this, just if you are not really sure. So let's see, there are trader models, and with these trader models, let's see where there is. I think vehicle. It's vehicle. I don't know exact name, but there is someone with a trader. See, trailer, just, yeah, here you have a trailer, just placed on the same, same height as the road, and make sure the scale is 1. And this is an actual trailer model, so you see how large this really is, and you see this is quite enough bridge height, but so you can make it lower, but yeah, this is about as low as you can get, but which is about 5 meters, but oversized traders will get stuck here, so I recommend you to use higher clearance sides. So, okay, well, with the trick being done, let's make this bridge looking nicely. So, because now it's just a bridge with gaps here, but there is something to it that makes me fall in love with these Scandinavia bridges. The first thing I need to do is just set free node rotation here. So I'll keep this curve here. Maybe tweak it a bit. And now we are going to use the middle mouse button, and in my case the middle mouse button is also the scroll wheel. So I have to press the scroll wheel, and you will see a new node appear right in the center of this. And I will repeat it on both sections, so I have equal spaced areas here. I remove this one and reconnect this one. And with these things I will do something that only the Scandinavia bridges can do, and that is having walls. And this one is and here you can see you have a bridge section and a wall section, and the wall section will be important when we apply the terrain there. And most bridges don't have this wall section, but for some ways, for the Scandinavia bridges, you can use this, and for the fronts you'll say they will use the same technology. So we don't want the bridge heads to cover these roads, so we have to move it a bit. And probably we'll have to apply free node rotation 2 to get these curves more consistent. So we just add free node rotation. Just tweak it a little bit. A lot of this work is improvisation and not really much planning, so we just do whatever works. And now we are going to add terrain. And the terrain starts here at where the terrain from the road ends, and it ends at the point where the wall ends, so like this. And now you see that there is a really nice bridgehead occurring. There's a really nice bridgehead appearing here. We just copy this to the other side. And we copy this again. Disable the free rotation here, so we connect the green node here. Get this on the same height. Is it also correct on this side? No, it is not correct. And copy this one here and put it on the other side. Et voila! We have a really nice looking bridge with bridgehead on the terrain, and it looks what we use quite a lot lately. One final note is you probably want to have pillars, and with pillars you want to make them look that they really support this bridge and not looking really fragile. So we just go to the sides and use the pillar section. Now I do fancy the pillar box 1 SC and the cylinder SC and the rounded box from the Scandinavia DLC, because they are really nicely textured. So, and I just place one here, and now I use rotation in the Y direction. Wait, use the F6 key just to get the right terrain behind. F6 snaps to ground. That's also a pro tip. So that's all. So that can also really make things easier. So I rotate in the Y direction, so it is perpendicular to the road below. Now this is a good-looking pillar, also nicely centered, and so it looks like it really supports the bridge. What you shouldn't do is use, for instance, just one cylinder pillar, which just looks really tiny and doesn't look like it will hold the weight of the bridge. So you probably need or more pillars like these, or you need a wider pillar like this one. So you can actually see that making such a nice looking bridge can be done quite quickly, and not with much effort if you really know what to do. But the old technique that I showed you can apply to wider bridges or with bridges where there are no variants for with the Scandinavia bridges. ProMods does have more variants for this, use the same technology, but it doesn't cover all road types, especially not the wider motorways. Well, that's it for today, and I think we will continue with the next episode with laying down the groundwork of an interchange. So just building the roads and just see how the prefabs interact and what you need to keep in mind when building an interchange. I will see you then. Bye.